Welcome, grandchildren. This is Hallowe'en Gramps, here to read you a scary Halloween story. It's a bedtime story, actually, and you may recognize it. It's kind of like another story you may have seen. It's called Goodnight Tomb. Tomb means grave, where dead people go. Goodnight Tomb. And it is a bedtime story, so I hope all you bats and ghouls are in your beds. Are you in your beds? Good. Goodnight Tomb. Here's the cover page. Goodnight Tomb, the inside page. And here's the first line. In the dark zombie tomb, there was a girl undead. See the girl? Looks a bit like Rudy. There was a girl undead in a graveyard bed and a picture of, well, there's two different pictures. One over the fireplace and one over the bed. Do you see those two pictures? Let's get a closer look. A picture of a cat jumping over a head. Oh, wow. And then there was a shelf full of hearts and body parts. Let's look at the body parts. There's the hearts and a brain and noses and feet and hands and eyeballs. Gross. And two little brains and some other remains. It's in the next picture. This is one side of the room with the scary dollhouse. Oh, someone seems to be missing from their knitting here on the rocking chair. Oh, there's the brains. And there's the missing body parts, hands and feet. And the sound of groans and mysterious moans. And some guts and a nose and a bowl full of toes. Gross. Oh, and an old lady now back in the rocking chair beginning to decompose. And an old lady beginning to decompose. Good night, tomb. Oh, look at those guys looking in the window too. There looks scary. And something else coming in this window. Also scary. Good night, undead. Oh, they're undead. Good night, cat jumping over a head. Good night, dark and the graveyard bed. Good night, hearts and good night, parts.
Where are the hearts, Gramps?
Hearts seem to have moved. I don't know. They seem to be moving around. Oh, well, and now the little girl's looking up at the body parts picture. Now, this is just part one. Should we do part two later or right away? Tell me. Oh, right away? Okay. Let's do part two. Good night, tomb, part two. Good night, brains. And good night, remains. There's the brains and the remains and the undead and the decomposing grandma. Good night, howling and disemboweling. Good night, groans. There's a scary dollhouse. And good night, moans. Good night, guts, and good night, nose. Oh, there's the guts and the nose. And what's next to it? A bowl full of... Good night, nobody. Nothing there. Oh, yeah, good night, toes. That's what's in the bowl. And good night to old ladies who decompose. Wow. And there's still a crazy thing coming in the window. And you've been following this mouse around too? Showing up everywhere. Good night, scare. Good night, air. Oh, and everyone's going to sleep. The undead, the brains are going to sleep on the rocking chair. That's nice. There's the mouse again. Don't miss the mouse. Good night, undead everywhere. Oh, and the little girl's gone to sleep. Like maybe Rudy's asleep now. Good night, tomb. Hope you enjoyed this story. Happy Halloween. And we love you.
Happy Halloween.
Oh,
Love
who's that?
you.
Who's that voice?
It's
Oh,
Nana.
that's Nana. Oh, that's Nana's scary laugh. Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.